It is back in stock at the lowest price you will find anywhere. $4.99 at retail, $4.99 at Bose.com. But the good news is we partner with Bose to bring you a very special presentation. And from what I just heard from our amazing guest, Aaron Berger, who's a musician, who's an electronic expert here at HSN, this might be our last look at the Bose Wave Music System 4. This has been so popular.
Well, it will be. I mean, the quantity that we have now, we know 100%. This is the final quantity that we will be able to get from Bose. Well, how can I look at you and say that? We just went to the Consumer Electronics Show. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the largest, I think it's the largest convention in the world. It seems like I've read that, you know, over the years, but it's certainly the largest.
Wild.
Oh no, me too. It's wild. And we just met with Bose when we were there, and they let us know, unfortunately, they will not be making this for us anymore. We won't be able to do the Bose Wave Music System 4. So if you've been waiting for this kind of sound in your house in this kind of package, this is the day to do it. What kind of sound? Let's take a listen. As show host and guest, it's tough for us to be quiet, but we're gonna try for a couple of seconds. And in fact, I'm gonna start this particular song. I know it's so hard. It's like 10 seconds, feels like an hour, but I'm gonna hush and we're gonna listen. Here we go, ready? Nothing can speak to the power of Bose like the music that it produces, right? You look at something this size, as a music system this size, and think, how can it have bass like that? How can it have range like that? How can it increase in volume in the way in which it does, but not have any distortion increase? Because that's what you expect when you turn something this size up loud. You expect to hear the plastic rattle, right? That's kind of what our ears are used to. It's because there is a patented technology. We will talk a lot about this. We will show it to you in many ways. Inside the Bose system, there is something called a Waveguide technology, which is patented. It's revolutionary. It is only found in the Bose Wave Music System, and it's what allows for that room-filling sound that really only Bose can recreate.
Yeah, I can tell you, it is like so fabulous to sit here next to the Bose Wave Music System. I feel it in my bones. You can feel that excitement. You can feel the rhythm. You can feel the music vibrating. And then it just takes you to a whole new place, right? Music is like the music of our soul. Music is part of our everyday lives. Music is maybe some of your fondest memories. Music is maybe something that you grew up playing an instrument. Maybe you remember your dance classes. Maybe you went to that favorite concert and you sat right there in the front row, or maybe you had an orchestra seat in one of your favorite orchestrations. Those are the moments that we live for, and this brings that music back into your life. It really is, I think, a wonderful opportunity. And here, for this 1 hour, we have an opportunity for you to get home the lowest price we have found anywhere. Nearly $200 off the retail price. It is not $309.99 anywhere. We're so thrilled we can go directly to Bose and bring you an HSN special. That's what we do. We love partnering with Bose to bring you national brands at some of the best deals you'll find anywhere. Not only is it nearly $200 off, we have Flex Pay. So you can take the next 5 months to pay it off. $62 a month, and we're also gonna throw in some free shipping and handling, saving you another $15. So really the total savings is $200 when you add in shipping and handling. There are 2 colors you can choose from. One is the Platinum and one is the Espresso. It comes with the remote control, but I'll tell you what, this little box packs a big punch, room-filling sound. And in the industry, Aaron, Bose is the gold standard. Yeah, this is world class. They have an unparalleled reputation in the music world. I mean, the fanciest cars have the, you know, the Bose sound system. Like, This is like flying first class.
Yeah. There really is Bose and there's everything else. You know, as Sarah mentioned, I've been a professional musician since I was 15 years old. I started playing in churches when I was 15, and I'm a piano player in theaters and vocal director and all those kind of things. In fact, the way I started at HSN was by playing a Casio keyboard on air about 15 years ago. So it's my pleasure to get to present anything that has to do with music. And I'll tell you, a couple of times in my career, I've been involved with churches and theaters that are putting in new sound systems. And under those circumstances, it's usually a board that meets. It's usually a volunteer organization. And one of the first things that happens is they go, are we going to be able to put in a Bose system, or are we going to have to go with a second or third or fourth best system? Bose is the gold standard. And quite frankly, under those circumstances, it's usually, can we raise the money to put in a Bose sound system, or can we not? Today, it's incredibly affordable to get, and easy, not just affordable, but so simple. You plug this into the wall. That's it. There's no installation. There's no setup. There's no connecting to Wi-Fi. You literally plug it into the wall. You have the Waveguide technology, which we'll talk about a lot, at your fingertips. You can listen to CDs. You can listen to AM, FM radio. There are 12 presets. You can even, if you pick up a Bluetooth adapter, and we have one available. If you look up Bluetooth adapter on hsn.com, then you'll even be able to Bluetooth songs from your phone or from your tablet. That's not a built-in capability, but with the Bluetooth adapter it is. And again, that is something, I think we have a Logitech Bluetooth adapter available on hsn.com. I'm gonna do what we have to do through the course of listening to Bose, and that is listen, listen, listen. So we're gonna take a listen to some music, and then we'll talk a little bit more. We have a features video that in about a minute, minute and a half, I'll get into that features video. We'll show that to you a couple of times. Take a listen. One thing I want to point out, so I'm at 60 right now. I'm going to get louder and louder, and as the volume gets louder, it goes all the way up to 100. I want you to notice how it doesn't distort. Here we go.
Okay.
You can see it right here. Other than being in the room with the orchestra while they performed, I don't know another way to really experience
You feel like you're
sound.
right there.
Yeah,
it's so immersive. You really feel like you have a front row seat. So tell us a little bit about what makes this so different. There's nothing like the Bose Wave sound system technology.
So the Bose Waveguide technology is what makes this different. The story is this: Dr. Armand Bose, scientist at MIT. Before he was a scientist at MIT, he was a student actually, and he started. And of course, I know we're just through the holidays, but nothing changes the mood to holiday mood like music does, and having a Bose in your house for the holidays is its own reward. Anyway, Dr. Bose was a student at MIT. Lived in a dorm room, went and bought a clock radio for his dorm room, and got it home and turned it on and thought, this sounds terrible. And I'm a physicist and a scientist, and I know a bunch of physicists and scientists and acoustical engineers, and we can do better. So they started this several decades long process of developing a Waveguide technology. What Waveguide technology does, in fact, we have an animation. We're gonna run this animation over and over, probably for a minute or two. I wanna sort of spend some time talking about this. What the Waveguide technology does is it takes the source of the sound, and then it takes the sound from there and runs it through these waveguides, which are about a little bit over 2.5 feet long each. So it's over 5 feet of waveguide technology. And it tunes, and it attenuates, and it amplifies, and it expands the sound. So all of a sudden, instead of sounding like a device that's 14 inches wide, about 6.5 inches tall, weighs a couple of pounds, it sounds like body-sized speakers, like speakers that you would have had installed in your house, like a professional installation. Now, one of the things you'll notice as you look at this video, we want to look at the video again. One of the things you'll notice is there's 3 different colors coming out. Those representative of 3 different frequencies. So, The red is sort of like the high frequency. So like if we think in orchestral terms, we think about the triangle, or we think about the piccolo, or we think about, you know, the highest sounds on the strings or on the orth instruments, those sort of things. That's the red. The blue is really important. That's the meat of the music, if you will. That's the mid-tone. So we think about the human voice, which they say is the most complex of instruments, or French horn, or those, the sort of middle tones that drive the music. And then maybe most importantly, you see the purple, and you notice purple's not just coming out the front, it's coming out from all over. And that's the way bass comes out of this instrument. I call it an instrument because it really is like one. The bass is produced in such a way that no other smaller device can produce. And when you think about bass, you think about bass in music, think about the conductor, and the conductor conducts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what holds the music together, right? And I can tell you from playing ensembles for my whole life, if you can't hear the bass, if you can't hear the drums, you're in trouble. Everybody's literally playing to their own drummer if they can't hear the drums. That bass is really the structure of the music, it's the foundation of the music, and it's what you can hear so incredibly clearly. And normally you don't hear so clearly through such a small, compact system.
And one thing we might want to point out is that if you're listening to our demonstrations through the small little speakers
on your TV,
on your flat screen television, you're probably not hearing that full immersive experience, that room-filling sound that Bose is known for. So the first time you plug this in, the first time you turn on the radio, and whether it's country or blues or R&B or top 40, or you like hip hop or you like jazz, that music will absolutely blow your mind. The first CD that you pop in of one of your favorite artists, one of your favorite orchestrations, one of your favorite decades in music. You love the 50s, you love the 60s, you love the 70s, you love the 80s, you love the 90s. Whatever it is that you love to listen to, it is going to bring that to life like you've never experienced before. This is not like any other speaker. It's not like one of those little portable speakers. It's not the sound coming out of your computers or your TV or your phone. You know, this is a whole different experience, and no one else has this price. We are about $200 off the retail price. Right now, it's $499 at Bose.com. If you want to buy it from Bose directly, be my guest, it's $499. I have a better idea. Come here. We'll not only take nearly $200 off the price, we'll also add in free shipping. So this is the best price that you will find anywhere. No one else has this value. We have the two colors, the platinum and the espresso, but I will tell you this, the platinum will sell out first. So that is our most limited. After that is espresso. By the way, a nice slim profile. It'll fit into a small shelf or a counter space, anywhere less than 5 inches high. So if you've got a little bedside table with a little shelf, it fits beautifully. And then all you do is pop the CDs in the front. You can use the remote control from across the room or from your bed or from your lazy boy or from your couch. You can, again, pick different tracks. You can do random, you can do repeat, you can preset FM and AM radio stations. You can set different alarms. You can choose 2 different time zones. You can have a great experience on this Bose, but you're not gonna have any experience if you hesitate at all. These are the final quantities that we will have in the Bose Wave music system for forever. This is not coming back. We just heard the big news. This Bose Wave music system 4 is being retired. I'm sure they're gonna have more amazing things, but if you want this one, this is by far our #1 best-selling, top-rated. Look at all the reviews. The reviews, like, I lost track. There's over 1,000 rave reviews. People who own Bose, they love Bose. Do it today on FlexPay. I'm gonna give you a couple other ways to save. One is with our HSN credit card. We have a great value on the HSN credit card today. If you apply today and buy today, how much money are they gonna save? Ooh, it's up to $40. $40 off a single item when you open and use an HSN credit card today. So that's a perfect option if you are brand new to HSN. The great thing about our credit card, there's no annual fee. There's no catch there. It's just about getting a great value and always having sort of that red carpet treatment. You always get extra flexible payments, extra financing. So it's a good card to have. And we also have HSN Protection Plus. If you just want to make this investment today and you want that little peace of mind, that extra little sense of protection, it's hassle-free, it's powered and protected by our friends at Allstate. You can ask about that. So now's your chance to get it home. We're going to ship it right to your front door. And who would this be for? People who have CD collections. for one, that maybe you're not listening to your CDs.
That's right.
Because it's almost impossible to find a CD player these days.
It's very difficult, and very frankly, it's one of the reasons that we won't be having this in the future. It's very, very hard for Bose to get them from their manufacturer, to get the CD at all. So it's a front-loading CD player. Pop it in, just like that. It automatically loads. You have a credit card-style remote, which makes it really, really easy to play, or to fast forward, or to rewind, or to pause. It starts pausing automatic, or playing automatically. We'll listen for just a sec. You can also start and stop with the touch. So there's a little touch here at top, which makes it really easy if you're not near the remote and you want to start or you want to stop. We'll play a little bit more music, and then actually what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to show you something.
We're going to dance.
We might do that later. You might do that later. I'll enjoy it.
It's kind of hard not to because the music's so good.
It moves you. It does. We've talked about the way the music sounds, and certainly you can hear the sound all for yourself, right? But we can do something that's even a little bit beyond that. We can not only sort of let you hear how the Bose Waveguide technology works, we can show you, we can let you see how the Bose Waveguide technology works. Nearly everyone who sits near this says, oh, it gives me goosebumps, it gives me goosebumps. And I said, well, it actually moves the air differently. That's not just some sort of crazy guy on television, making something up. It literally moves the air differently. That's what the Bose Waveguide technology does, and it moves that air differently so that your ear receives it differently. We're gonna show you that. Let's take a little field trip. We're gonna go to my home. We'll spend about a minute there where we have a really cool way to show you Waveguide technology. And then Sarah and I will see you on the other side.
And we'll dance.
What is sound? Sound is air in motion. And what we've set up here is a great way for you to not only hear sound, but also to see sound. Here's how we're gonna do it. These are the speakers that are inside the Bose Wave music system. So when I take these speakers and put them in front of these candles, well, you'll see exactly what happens. And then we're gonna change things up. Then we're gonna take the magic. The magic inside the Bose Wave music system is the Waveguide technology. And this is the Waveguide technology. This is nearly 5 feet of tubing that's inside your Wave music system. It turns and moves inside that very compact, very modern system, but it changes the sound because it resonates and it echoes and it amplifies inside these chambers. So let me show you, you'll see for yourself the difference. Let's add a little bit of music. I gotta tell you, that never gets old because you can see the Bose technology at work. That's why everybody loves the Bose Wave music system. That's why it fills your room with sound in a way that nothing else does. Because that Waveguide technology changes everything. Again, sound is just air and movement, but that air can move in lots of different ways. And at Bose, we make it move in a way that's very, very special. So it's not just what you hear, it's what you see, right? That really starts to explain how this music, how this air moves through the waveguide, how it really changes what we hear. Now, the ear is, of course, the most important part of this because you're not blowing out candles with your Bose Wave music system. You could, I guess, theoretically. Let's take a listen for a minute. We haven't really listened to much vocal music yet.
Okay.
I think it is on vocals where the artist and where the Bose shines unlike anything else. Take a listen.
it.
Music the way the artist intended it to be heard. That is really sort of the catchphrase for Bose, and I think it's so incredibly accurate.
Do you think the artist wanted to listen to this amazing music out of our phone?
Right, I don't think so.
Or in some little tinny remote-controlled portable speaker that you maybe got for 25 or 50 bucks? No, this is the Bose Wave music system, and I'll tell you what everyone is talking about. Aaron, they're talking about the Platinum, which is going very, very quickly. We have far fewer in the Platinum than we do in the Espresso. The Platinum could sell out this hour, and in fact, what we have right now, in case you're just tuning in, the final quantities that we will ever have of the Bose Wave Music System 4. And I believe we've been presenting this since at least the last 5-6 years. The Bose Wave Music System 4 has been one of our #1 all-time best-selling music players that we've ever offered here at HSN, and there will not be another presentation once this quantity sells out. The other great news is that we're about $200 off retail. $200 off anyone else's price. This is the lowest price that we have found. This is the lowest price that you'll find. You'll find it for $399 on Bose.com. It's $209 here, and we have free shipping, so that saves you really another $15. So it adds up to about $200 in savings. I want to give you the dimensions really quickly in case you're trying to figure out, ooh, is this going to go on my kitchen counter, at my bedside table? Is it going to go in the living room? Maybe we can get an overhead shot. It's really the only way to kind of tell sort of the shape and the color. I don't know if that's possible, but the Platinum and the Espresso. The Espresso is kind of like a dark black. They both look great. They're both going to play your AM, FM radio. They're both going to play CDs. You can plug in headphones. They come with a remote control. Okay, that's a great shot. There we go. So it's going to be about 14.5 inches in width. It's about 8.5 inches front to back. And then the height is less than 5 inches. It's only 4.2 inches high. So this can really slide into a shelf, a bookshelf. Maybe it's a little entertainment case that you have in your living room. Put it in a dining room. Put it wherever you are so you don't miss a moment of really great music. It's like you're there at the recording studio, really, right?
It is. In my time as a musician, the coolest things that I've got to do is play with other instrumentalists and other singers. There's nothing like being part of an ensemble. The second best thing, the next thing I can compare to that experience is listening to Bose, because it's like being in the middle of the ensemble again. It's like being on the stage. It produces the most lifelike sound that I've ever experienced. So to that end, who uses Bose? The biggest institutions in the world. So for example, the NFL. If you're watching football today, the NFL uses Bose. You see on the sidelines the Bose headphones that the guys and the gals are wearing. Those are Bose. The Sistine Chapel, one of the most beautiful churches, one of the most beautiful works of art anywhere. You walk in there and hear heavenly music, and that music is all through Bose sound system. And one of my favorites is NASA, literally, on the way to the moon. NASA needs to use only the best equipment, only the finest, only the clearest. They use Bose. Madison Square Gardens uses Bose. Now you can have Bose in your home, and you can do it, pardon me, without an installation process, without having to buy a bunch of components. Normally to hear these sort of highs, you want a tweeter or that sort of thing. Normally to hear this sort of bass, you need a subwoofer, you need an incredibly large, expensive, unwieldy piece of equipment. This is kind of bringing the concert, bringing the band to your house in a really, really compact package. Why? Because as we said earlier, the Bose Waveguide technology has changed everything. Has meant that you don't have to have a lot of money, you don't have to have a lot of space, you don't have to have a lot of know-how in order to really, really enjoy your music. One of the things I always say is the easiest way I know to redecorate your house is by turning on music, right? It changes the feel, it changes the mood.
Have you ever been to a party where they haven't turned on the music yet?
It's like, when's the party gonna start?
Okay, someone needs to turn on the music right now. Like, that creates the ambiance.
And so many of our reviews speak to that specifically, to using this at a party. So as we get into spring and we think about weddings and we think about baby showers and we think about graduations, not only is this for a gift for those things, but also this is the center of the party. This is where the music comes from. And again, whether you're playing CDs, whether you're listening to AM or you're listening to FM, or if you pick up a Bluetooth receiver Then you would be, there is an auxiliary port in the back. You could plug a Bluetooth receiver into. They're usually $30, $40 range. Then you could stream from your phone, stream from your tablet, that sort of thing. We have a video I would love to show you. We're gonna show it to you twice in a row, actually. This is just the Bose feature videos. We get about halfway through our presentation. I know we're super busy. I wanna make sure that we've at least mentioned everything once. Again, sort of the story is Dr. Bose was a physicist at MIT, and he was a student before he was a physicist, and as a student, he bought a clock radio, brought it to his home, to his dorm room actually, turned it on and said, this sounds terrible. We can do better than this, and got some of his friends and some of his colleagues and some of the other physicists and engineers at MIT together and began to design this extraordinary sound experience that comes through the Waveguide technology that's inside your Bose Wave music system 4. Now, as Sarah said, the important thing to note, we HSN just met with the folks at Bose at the Consumer Electronics Show. The quantity that we have today of the Bose Wave Music 4 player is our final quantity. We won't have any more. So once we've sold through this is our top selling of all the great Bose stuff we sell. It's our #1 seller. 2 waveguides connect to the speakers to deliver sound performance beyond the size of the Wave music system. It's sleek, it's compact, it fits anywhere. Sarah just gave you guys the dimensions, only 4 or 5 inches tall. Touch-top controls for easy access, an easy front-loading, slot-loading CD player, built-in AM/FM digital tuner with 12 presets. There is an auxiliary input in the back, so you can connect a device or a Bluetooth receiver. Dual independent alarms. People love that because I know a lot of people want to wake up to their favorite channel or wake up to their favorite music, but maybe you don't want to do it at the same time your spouse wants to do it. Everybody can be happy. There are dual independent alarms built in.
Okay, here's what you need to know. The Platinum could go tonight. And this will be your last look at the Platinum and the Bose Wave Music System 4. If you love just that beautiful kind of hint of silver, that beautiful, gorgeous platinum color. They're both great. They both work the same. I just don't want you to miss out on your favorite color. These are the final quantities of the Bose Wave Music System 4, period, forever, at HSN and anywhere in the world. In fact, we didn't even think we were going to be able to get any more of these in. We just got a few more. They just arrived and they are going very, very quickly. So if you think, oh, I'll just probably get it the next time it's on air. Oh, they'll probably have a today's special in the summer or maybe around the holidays. They always bring back the Bose Wave Music System 4. We are not bringing it back. All we have is all that we have, and that's all we have forever. And what I love is that not only do we have the best in class, this incredible, wonderful, first-rate music sound system at one of the lowest prices we've ever offered. So nearly $200 off. No one else has this price. We have FlexPay, we have free shipping, we have great ways for you to slowly make interest-free installments on your major credit card. So if you just want to pay it off over the next 5 months, interest-free, we ship it to you right away. We're not charging for shipping and handling. Oh, also, because you already get free shipping with this one, everything else in your order also ships free. If you're shopping Curtis Stone, we had a great show. There'll be another one in about 30 minutes. Everything from Curtis Stone will ship for free. If you picked up the Abra or the amazing Let's Fit watch that can also make and receive phone calls that we had last hour, or the great little booties in the throw, whatever it is that you add to your order, it all ships free once you buy one item or a series of items that cost $75 or more. So that being said, I would love for you to place your order online at hsn.com. We'll take care of the rest. We take all major credit cards. You can do FlexPay, you can pick your payment plan, 796141. If you're brand new to HSN and you're like, oh, I didn't even know they had the Bose Wave Music System 4. I've been wanting to get that. This is a perfect time. There's a QR code at the bottom of your screen. You just hold your camera on your phone up to that app, that little QR code, and it takes you right to our website. So it's really easy to place your order in just a couple seconds. But last call on Platinum. If you love the Platinum, I think we started with like 700 in the Platinum, and we're down to about 500 in the Platinum. Also, a lot of you also still buying the Espresso. Just can't go wrong. But what I love is that if you think about how much we listen to either music or radio during the day, this is wake up music when your alarm goes off. This is your favorite AM talk radio in the morning, maybe just to get the news. Maybe this is your favorite sports radio. This is your favorite music channels that you listen to. And this also plays your CDs. So if you're thinking, gosh, I have all these great CDs and I actually have no place to play them, or maybe you haven't listened to them in a long time, it's because you didn't have a great way to play your CDs. And I know a lot of us, We have CDs that we haven't listened to in years.
Forever.
It could be all maybe all your holiday music is on CDs. Maybe all of your, I was hearing, I think Callie say she has a lot of sort of like, CDs, motivational, or maybe they're speakers, or maybe they're lectures, or maybe they're sermons, or I have some great CDs that are sort of guided meditations.
Cool.
It's all on CD, but if you don't have a CD player, how can you enjoy that music from the last 4 decades?
That's right. What do you do? It's all at your fingertips here. One of the best things about it is it doesn't matter the genre of music, right? So whether you love pop, or you love country, or you love soft rock, or you love classic rock, or you love theater. I love musical theater or class. Doesn't matter. In fact, we've got a little bluegrass here. Take a listen. Out a little musical thing. There's a little counter melody going on in the background there. It's very, very light. With so many other music systems of this size, you simply wouldn't hear it. You know, you would hear the principal melody. You would never hear a little counter melody on a little whistle in the back like you do here. Take a listen.
Like a banjo? What are we hearing? Like an auto harp?
The principal instrument is a banjo for sure. Hear that little whistle in the back though? I'm not sure what that is. It's hard not to smile. I gotta tell you, it's hard not to smile.
It's hard.
When you're
No,
sitting
so
this close to
in your
music.
mind, you're probably imagining the musicians, right?
Sure.
I'm imagining the dancers.
Yeah, so there you go. What do the dancers do?
We both love music. So what is it about music that just sweeps you off your feet, that carries you away? Does it remind you of your wedding? Does it remind you of your friends from high school and going out to your very first concert? Does it remind you of maybe that road trip you took with your brother, your sister, or your spouse, or your partner? You know, that's why we love music, because it instantly, emotionally connects us to the ones we love and the years in our past. And maybe this is where you've been missing out, or maybe you don't have something with this kind of quality to listen to. Quick update, if you want the platinum, these are selling out. We have 480 remaining. It's our only show of the day, might be our only presentation. Final quantities of the Bose Wave Music System 4 that we will ever offer here at HSN. It almost makes me a little sad to say, because I love presenting this Bose Wave Music System. A quick update, if you do want the HSN credit card, a lot of you taking advantage of our credit card offer, which really goes a long way. $40 is one of the biggest discounts we open an HSN credit card with. That means you get $40 off your very first purchase. So just something else to maybe help make that decision a little easier, but it's one that I think you're gonna be really proud of this intelligent choice. You're choosing a brand name. You're choosing a name synonymous with quality. You're choosing a brand name that is first rate. This is a name that has unparalleled reputation in the music industry. It's like driving a Rolls Royce. This is like the Rolls Royce of Wave music systems, and no one else has it. You're gonna love putting this anywhere in your home. I like that it's sleek. I like that it's compact. You don't need to be an engineer. You don't need to be an electrician to plug it in. Just plug it in, use the remote control, and you'll have everything you want right there at your fingertips. Where did Aaron go? He was sitting here a moment ago. Oh, he's just taking a little tour around the studio.
Yeah, I mean,
where do you have your Bose system?
So I have mine in my living room. So it's basically on the kitchen counter, if you will, between the kitchen and living room. I have kind of a combined area, and tons of us do. But probably the number one, and I hear that a lot. I don't know if that's the number one or the number two. The other place, bedside table. I mean, so many people talk about waking up to Bose every morning, waking up I'm in my kitchen more than I listen to NPR in my kitchen a ton, but waking up to NPR or waking up to your favorite music or whatever it is, your AM station, FM station, your favorite CDs, the other thing is it doesn't have to be one place all the time. You know, this is eminently portable. In fact, I'm gonna do something, I didn't warn anybody that I'm gonna do this, but I just wanna show you, it's one cable, right? So this plugs into the wall, just like your toaster plugs into the wall, your curling iron, that's it. There's no other, one of the nice things about this, as a guy who sells technology all the time, sometimes it's nice to not have to fiddle around with technology. And that's the technology's all built in. There's nothing extra for you to have to do. So in fact, let me kind of show you here. It's the front-loading, CD player, and just how easy it is to use. So I'm gonna eject this using the eject button on the credit card style remote, but pop something in, and you'll see it says right here, reading disk. So it just takes it, I don't know, maybe 5 seconds or something like that. It will read the disc for you, goes right to the first track, and I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. Just wanted to show you how easy it was to mute. So there's a mute button. Then I'll show you how to skip track.
We were just getting into it.
Yeah, really, really easy. Oh, sorry, my bad. I blew the moment. See what's next. All right, let's do this. So we've listened a lot to music, and we'll continue to do so for that. We've only got about 15 minutes or so left. You can certainly hear, I think, the difference in waveguide technology and the patented waveguide technology that's found only inside Bose and the Bose Wave music system. But we can do sort of something else just to gild the lily a little bit, if you will. And that is we can show you waveguide technology. We have a way that we can show you how that air moves through the waveguides in a different way, in a more powerful way that allows for a bigger sound, a more expanded sound, a sound more like the artists and the engineers intended you to hear it when they recorded it in the studio. So let's take a quick field trip. We're gonna go to my house. Come on, it's just right around the corner. We'll go to my house for a second. Sarah and I will see you on the other side. What is sound? Sound is air in motion. And what we've set up here is a great way for you to not only hear sound, but also to see sound. Here's how we're gonna do it. These are the speakers that are inside the Bose Wave music system. So when I take these speakers and put them in front of these candles, well, you'll see exactly what happens. And then we're gonna change things up. Then we're gonna take the magic. The magic inside the Bose Wave music system is the waveguide technology. And this is the waveguide technology. This is nearly 5 feet of tubing that's inside your Wave music system. It turns and moves inside that very compact, very modern system, but it changes the sound because it resonates and it echoes and it amplifies inside these chambers. So let me show you, you'll see for yourself the difference. Let's add a little bit of music. I gotta tell you, that never gets old because you can see the Bose technology at work. That's why everybody loves the Bose Wave music system. That's why it fills your room with sound in a way that nothing else does. Because that waveguide technology changes everything. Again, sound is just air and movement, but that air can move in lots of different ways. And at Bose, we make it move in a way that's very, very special.
Here we go. Platinum is selling out. We have 400 left now. We started with 700, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of you placing your order this hour. Last look at the Bose Wave Music System 4. So we saw that demonstration. Yeah. What makes it so different?
So there's a technology in this, as we've mentioned, called the Bose Waveguide technology. Now, I'll tell the story again in case you didn't hear this earlier. Dr. Armand Bose who went on to be a scientist of extraordinary renown. I mean, many of us, when we think of Bose, it's funny, the first things we don't always think about music as the first thing. We think about silence because we think about Bose noise canceling. Bose is really the company that brought noise canceling to us and still has the most extraordinary noise canceling technology as well. But Dr. Bose and his team of scientists and physicists and acoustical engineers and all those things, they created the Bose Waveguide technology, and they did it because Dr. Bose, as a student, before he was Dr. Bose, when he was just Mr. Bose, when he was going to college at MIT and studying physics, he bought the story is, he bought a clock radio for his dorm room and got it home, and the sound was awful. And he said, I realize this is small and it's portable, but we can have much better, I know we can develop better sound than this. And that's what they went on to do. So we have an animation that we're gonna show you that so it's a cutaway, if you will. If I cut this horizontally, if I cut the radio, or the Bose Wave music system in half, basically this is what you would see. So take a look and I'll explain what you're seeing here. We'll spend some time on this. We're gonna let this play a little bit so I can sort of show you what's going on. So you see how the sound runs through waveguides on each side of the wave music system. That's how it works. So there's about a little bit longer than 2 feet, about 26-inch tubes, guides, if you will, on each side of the wave music system. And the sound moves and it attenuates and is expanded and is amplified through those. And then what you see those colors coming out in rings? Those are representative of the frequencies that come out of the waveguide. So what does that mean? That means, for example, the red is indicative of the higher frequencies, the treble frequencies, that real ping that we get in music. Again, when we talk about the orchestra, I always mention the piccolo first, and think about the higher Orff instruments, the xylophone, and some of those kind of really can ding right at the top. The cymbals, the triangle. And then the mid-range, the blue is that mid-range, that warm mid-range sound. So the human voice, for the most part, fits in that, unless you're Mariah and you're doing those incredible whistle tones. And then we probably really get into trouble. But we think of the human voice and that middle tone. And I will tell you, there is nothing that I like to listen to more on my wave music system than real vocal music. Vocal music, I mean, orchestral music is wonderful, but it just reproduces the warmest, most beautiful vocals. And then the purple, it's really the bass, and the bass is foundation for your music. What is typically and historically very difficult for any smaller speaker to produce is bass. You think of needing a great, big, heavy, expensive subwoofer to have great bass, right? That's not the case with this. One of the things you might have noticed is that the bass was emanating not just from one direction, but from all over. It comes out of the system a little bit differently, and I kid you not, you feel it on your skin. If you are near to this, when there is a real bass line moving, you feel it on your skin. It moves the air in such a way that you just can't miss it. And you feel it in your chest. And
you like your toe starts tapping, your knee starts bouncing, you might get out of your chair,
right.
You might start dancing.
Right.
Should it come with a warning? May start spontaneous dance movements. I don't know, whatever it is that music makes you do, you're gonna absolutely love this. I just wanna give another quick update. We have about 15 minutes left. This is the only presentation scheduled for the rest of the day. Oh, is that a salsa? Is that a merengue?
Yeah, I think it's We Wish You a Merry Christmas salsa.
I like it. All right,
or a merengue, maybe, yeah.
If you do want the platinum, we have about 350 now in the platinum. We're counting you down to a complete sellout in the platinum. A lot of you still shopping the espresso. It's beautiful, a little darker, kind of a rich brown, almost black color. But we have the best price that you will find anywhere. So I know a lot of you are kind of making that final decision. Just go to Bose.com for just a moment, or type in Bose Wave Music System 4 on your internet search window. No one else has it anywhere near this price. It's $499 on Bose.com. You can go right to Bose and you can buy it for $499. But this is exactly the same Bose Wave Music System 4. This is the only place you can get about $200 in savings, about $190 off the price, plus free shipping. So that saves you another $15. And this is the only place you can do FlexPay, interest-free monthly payments on any major credit card. But we will not be bringing the Bose Wave Music System 4 back. Bose is not making it,
That's right.
right? This is it. This is it. It's sort of our like fond farewell, our big goodbye party. And it's the best all-in-one music system we've ever offered here at HSN with the most incredible reviews. So that's another thing you could do right now just to kind of make your final decision or to get that peace of mind. Read a few of the reviews. If you have time, you can read all 1,000 of them. But you'll hear a lot of happy people talking about how much their Bose music system means to them.
Yeah, it's a game changer. I have to, if you are a lover of music or know a lover of music, again, as we think ahead to the spring and we think of Mother's Day and Father's Day, you know, dads, I think, are notoriously difficult to buy for. I think it's the best Father's Day gift.
And they last and last. Let's talk about that. I almost forgot to mention that. I do realize this is an investment, but people who own these are still listening 10 years, 15, 20 years later.
You know, it's funny,
right?
Because I sell electronics, right? I don't typically think of selling something and think, oh, this is gonna be a family legacy. You know, you're probably not gonna give your computer to your kid. But Bose Wave music systems it's really interesting how many stories we hear. And in fact, I took a testimonial called Live on Air not that long ago. It was from a woman whose grandmother had passed this on to her. Her grandmother bought the Bose Wave Music 4 later in her life, enjoyed it for a couple of years. When she passed, her granddaughter took it and said, you know, Grandma loved it so much. I love it so much in my home. And it is, the point there being, there's a entirely different quality level. And in fact, from the minute you pick it up, it's heavier than it looks. I will tell you. Actually, will you check? It might be in your card.
It's about 8.5 pounds.
What is it? 8.5?
8.5 pounds.
Okay, so it's about 8.5 pounds, which, you know, it's not heavy by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's heavier than you expect for a you know, radio, basically, to be. It is incredibly high quality, and there's a lot of technology in there, and it really does kind of stand the test of time because of that. You know what I'd love to do is show you again the features. We have just a little video on the features. Anybody who might be joining us sort of just gives us an opportunity to remind you all the little things in it. So this is the latest in the Bose Wave Music family. It is the Bose Wave Music System 4. There's 2 waveguides that connect to the speakers to deliver sound performance beyond the size of the unit. It's sleek, it's compact, the design fits anywhere in your home. Touch-top controls for easy access, easy in, easy out, easy on, easy off. There's a slot loading CD player, built-in AM/FM digital tuner with 12 presets, so all your different channels. There's an auxiliary input. I'll talk about that in just a minute. And then dual independent alarms if you want to wake up at a different time than your spouse, for example. Remote controls included. The battery for the remote controls included. I don't know how long it lasts. It lasts for a long time. I've never had to replace mine, so I'll tell you that. As we take a look at the features again, I want to talk to you about that auxiliary input and why that's there. If you want to stream music to this, you can pick up a Bluetooth receiver. We have one, I think it's a Logitech one on hsn.com. You can pick them up anywhere, probably $30 or $40. That's an approximate range. We have, again, had them in the past here for around that price. And what that would allow you to do, if you plug into an auxiliary in the back, is then you can play from your phone or from your tablet. Now, you also could just use a hardwire to do that. It's a 3.5 millimeter, you know, very typical jack size auxiliary input in the back. So that's an option for anybody who wants to stream music or wants to use their telephone or their computer or any other device like that to source music instead of using the AM/FM built-in tuner or instead of using the CD.
Fantastic. Okay, so here's where we're at during our final few moments together. It's time to place your order for the Bose Wave Music System 4. And maybe you just want to take it out of the box and play one CD before you make your final decision. That's okay. We always have 30-day returns here at HSN. You're only going to make one flexible payment and we're going to ship it to you right away. So you can return this, you can exchange this. It's never final sale. You've got to be 110% happy with your purchase. So just know that at no risk to you, if you place your order right now, what you'll be doing is reserving one for you before they're entirely gone. This is never coming back. Bose is retiring the Bose Wave Music System 4. If you've always wanted Bose, if you've always dreamed of owning a Bose, or maybe you'd like another one, maybe you have one upstairs, one downstairs, or maybe your daughter took yours and you need to replace it. We have the Platinum. We have about 300 left if you want the Platinum. We have a few more to go around in the Espresso, but last call, last chance. The Platinum is gonna all be gone in our final presentation. So you've got probably about the next 8 minutes or so to reserve one in the Platinum. The price is good until midnight. The flex pay is good until midnight. The free shipping is good until midnight. But don't hesitate. If you want to give this a try, or if you know someone who loves music, wouldn't this be great for mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, anyone who has a CD collection who you know they haven't maybe listened to all of their CDs in a while? This will be like a trip down memory lane.
Yeah, it really will. I mean, it doesn't matter the era. I hear this and I'm back in the 70s and I love it. Let's listen to some music, yeah?
Oh yeah, baby.
Listen to that saxophone.
Yeah.
All right, let's listen to one more. I want to show you again.
Let's do it.
Ejecting is easy. You've got the little credit card remote, press eject, play, stop, fast forward, those kind of things. It's just really easy to use. You can set both of your alarms using the remote as well. I'm going to grab that and pop this in. I think this is a little reggae, but we're going to find out in a minute. So
also, AM, FM radio,
Yep.
so all of your favorite stations from morning, noon, and night. You will not have a moment without music in your home.
No, you don't have to. Here we go.
Bringing it down.
I like this song.
At the end of the day, I am waiting for you. I hope that you're gonna stay. There's always a place for you. Close my eyes and I pray. You're gonna stay. I don't know how, I don't know when you will be mine, just mine. I don't know how.
That's so good.
You got to remember that you're listening to this. So as good as it might sound at your house, and it must, we're selling a ton of these. It must sound pretty good at your homes. You're hearing this through our lavalier mics, through the air from our studio in
Right.
Florida to wherever you are, and then through a probably not particularly great speaker on your, if you're watching us on a computer or if you're watching us on your television, if you have a flat screen, you know, those are usually pretty limited speakers and speaker quality. So I can't wait till you can hear the quality right next to it, but we can show you real quickly. We can show you, you can see the quality. I think maybe one more quick look at the candle demo would be a good idea. This is the soon-to-be world-famous Bose candle demo. We're gonna take a quick field trip to my house to take a little bit more of a look at Bose Waveguide technology. Take a look and then join Sarah and me back here in just a sec. What is sound? Sound is air in motion. And what we've set up here is a great way for you to not only hear sound, but also to see sound. Here's how we're gonna do it. These are the speakers that are inside the Bose Wave music system. So when I take these speakers and put them in front of these candles, well, you'll see exactly what happens. And then we're gonna change things up. Then we're gonna take the magic. The magic inside the Bose Wave music system is the Waveguide technology. And this is the Waveguide technology. This is nearly 5 feet of tubing that's inside your Wave music system. It turns and moves inside that very compact, very modern system, but it changes the sound because it resonates and it echoes and it amplifies inside these chambers. So let me show you, you'll see for yourself the difference. Let's add a little bit of music. I gotta tell you, that never gets old because you can see the Bose technology at work. That's why everybody loves the Bose Wave music system. That's why it fills your room with sound in a way that nothing else does. Because that Waveguide technology changes everything. Again, sound is just air and movement, but that air can move in lots of different ways. And at Bose, we make it move in a way that's very, very special.
And I'll have to tell you, it's gonna be, this studio sounds so fabulous. Whether you are all the way over there, Aaron, playing on one of the Bose Wave music systems across the studio, or all the way over here, you feel like you're right there. You feel like you're in the front row of your favorite concert. You feel like you're right in the orchestra section of your favorite Broadway musical. Yeah. It feels like the musicians are playing in the room right next to you. You couldn't even hire musicians for an hour, for a wedding, or for a party for $309. But you could listen to them every single moment, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, whether it's jazz, whether it's Broadway, whether it's R&B, whether it's top 40, whether it's country, whether it's classic music, whatever genre that you love to listen to, or whether you like to mix it up a lot, this is a perfect time, because the Bose Wave Music System 4 is never coming back to HSN. Bose is not gonna make it anymore. It has been officially retired. We have their final quantities. We have the lowest price you'll find anywhere. So I'm gonna encourage you, you've got about 3 minutes before Shannon and Curtis take over HSN, and it will be a takeover. It'll be a lot of fun. They'll be cooking, they'll be eating, they'll be laughing, they'll be talking Curtis Stone. But if you want to get an operator, in the next 2 minutes is when I would place your order, because it's going to get very, very busy over the next couple hours. And go right to HSN. You'll always skip the line. You'll be the first in line for the Platinum. We only have 250 remaining in the Platinum. We will